Hello. In this tutorial, we will discuss the general structure and usage of the breadboard. Breadboard is a tool used in electronics to build and test circuits without soldering. When creating projects with Arduino, the breadboard serves as one of our main assistants. It consists of a flat, rectangular plastic board with a grid of holes arranged in rows and columns. Beneath the holes are metal strips that connect certain rows of holes, allowing components to be connected together by simply inserting their leads into the holes. The main part of the breadboard consists of two sets of parallel rows running lengthwise. These are called terminal strips. Each row typically has 5 holes, and all holes in a row are electrically connected. This means that inserting components into the same row will connect them electrically. There is a tape on the back of the breadboard. When you remove this tape, you'll see the areas where the breadboard's connection plates are located. The metal plate displayed on the screen is one of the pieces that connects the 5 horizontal rows on the breadboard. This piece allows the 5 holes in the same column to be connected. The middle of the breadboard usually has a gap or a trench that runs lengthwise. This gap separates the terminal strips into 2 sections and is where integrated circuits are often placed. The rows on either side of this gap are not connected, so placing an electronic component in the gap allows each pin of that component to be connected to different rows. Along the sides of the breadboard, there are usually 2 long rows of holes running parallel to the terminal strips. These are known as power rails and are used to provide power to your circuit. One rail is typically used for the positive voltage supply, and the other is for the ground or negative voltage supply. Positive rail is marked with a red line and the negative rail marked with a blue or black line. These markings are merely reminders for the user, so there's no issue in swapping the connections and using them in reverse if desired. For example, when we connect the ground wire from the Arduino to this vertical rail, the entire rail will become the ground line or negative rail. This is also true for the positive rail. On some breadboards, like this one, the power rails are designed to be removable, allowing for greater flexibility in your project setup. This feature is useful for using multiple breadboards side by side and keeping the power rail separate. Behind the power rails, there is typically a single continuous metal strip or plate that runs the length of the rail. This metal strip provides a continuous electrical connection along the entire row of the rail. When you insert a wire or component into any hole along the power rail, it connects to this metal strip, allowing the power or ground to be distributed evenly across all the pins in that rail. This design simplifies the process of powering multiple components from a single power source. Right now, you can see a basic circuit diagram of an LED lighting up on the screen. To make the connections clearer, we will first build the circuit on Tinkercad, and then we'll proceed with the physical setup. We will use a power source to apply a 5-volt voltage. This 5-volt supply will make the LED light up, but LEDs operate at around 2 volts. If we apply 5 volts directly to the LED, it could be damaged. We'll use a resistor to limit part of the voltage and prevent the LED from getting damaged. A current will flow from the positive terminal to the negative. The current will first pass through the resistor and then through the LED before reaching the negative terminal or ground. Let's demonstrate this on the Arduino. The Arduino UNO and the breadboard are all set. First, add a resistor to the workspace. The resistor can be positioned in any of the 5 horizontal slots on the breadboard. We'll rotate the resistor so that its 2 ends connect to different rows. Next, we'll attach one end of the resistor to the 5 volts output on the Arduino for the power supply. As we mentioned at the beginning of the lesson, this line is made of the same strip. So by connecting to any spot in the same horizontal strip as the resistor's leg, we are providing 5 volts to the resistor. Now, in the same way, we'll place the LED into one of the connection points that shares the same strip as the other end of the resistor. We'll add an LED from here. LEDs have 2 leads. The longer of these 2 leads is the positive terminal, and this positive lead should be connected to the 5 volts coming through the resistor. The negative terminal of the LED, or the shorter pin, should be linked to the Arduino's ground connection. Hence, we make a connection to the Arduino's GND from a point that is linked to the LED's shorter leg. If you connect an LED in reverse, it won't work because, like all diodes, LEDs allow current to flow in only one direction. When connected in reverse, the LED blocks the current and no light is emitted. When setting up the circuit, paying attention to colors can help make cable connections easier. So we should use a black cable for the ground line and a red cable for the power line. When we run the simulation this way, we observe that the LED lights up. Let's see how this circuit works in a physical setup.